Hey y'all, welcome back to season 5 of the Dream Lab podcast. Today we are on episode 45. Yes,
it is.
For one of the greatest presidents in the world, was Barack Obama 45?
I'm about to say, let's clean that up. Let's make sure, nigga. I'm not sure.
Siri.
Hey Siri.
Pause.
Which president number was Barack? Why'd you leave? Siri! Why'd you leave? Which president
is the 47th and current president.
Okay,
Yes.
so yeah, he was 45. All right, that's
No,
all right.
wait, no. If Donald Trump is 47, that means Joe Biden is 46. That means Donald Trump was 45.
Oh, yeah, so clean that up.
Episode 45, which is the episode that we'll probably forget because Donald Trump was president of number 45. All right, y'all. It's such an honor and privilege to be back. I was not here last year.
Yeah. 2024?
I was not here last week,
Yeah.
but
Time
the
flies.
captain and the co-captain held it down. Whatever. Y'all know what it is. The pilot, the ship, the plane, it flew, it sank. Bye. I'm back. I'm here with my crew. It feels so good to be back with family today because I miss them.
I was about to be like, is this nigga crying for
No,
real?
not. I would cry if I did move out of state and I didn't see y'all for a minute. I would freaking cry because we're like really good friends. Today's conversation
Good
really
friends.
solidified it.
Yeah.
Solidified it all. Dre, how you feeling, man?
I feel fantastic.
You look warm.
Yeah, because you do too.
I look like I'm getting warm.
You look like you're standing around one of them
I look
fire
like a
pits.
hobo.
You know how they had a big old like metal thing and then they had a fire in
Home
there.
Alone 6, huh?
Yeah.
There's been 5 Home
Home
Alones?
without.
Okay. Christy, how are you feeling today? Because his check-in is over. How are you, light skin?
Oh, wow. I'm good. I'm a little sleepy.
Looking good, looking lavish, looking lavender. Lashes are on. Gloss has never stopped. The face is giving what it's supposed to give. Yeah, are those moles? They're so pretty.
Yeah.
I've never noticed them.
Really?
I love freckles and moles. I'm sorry if you didn't want me to acknowledge it, but they're very pretty.
Thank you.
She's like, yeah, I'm very subconscious
Nice full
about that.
brow. Okay, quick question, Chrissy. What was one of your makeup hicks for Florida? What did you enjoy doing the most in that weather?
Did you wear makeup in Florida?
So I did wear makeup one time.
Talk us through it. What did you do?
Well,
Step
so
one.
we went out to dinner.
Step two.
Kevin.
Okay.
That nigga in the White House already.
My lord.
Doghouse to be exact. Ruh.
Rough.
It's my dog. Ruh.
That dog needs some tea with honey.
Ruh.
Oh my gosh.
Like a lot of
Ew.
Praise team members.
Anyway, you wore makeup once in Florida.
Only once for a dinner.
Okay.
And by that time I had already tan. So
So
I
did
couldn't
it
do
match?
much. No.
I want to see a picture.
But hang on now, because I'm a professional, baby.
You are. What
I
you
brought
mix it with?
some a darker shade.
Yeah.
I brought it just in case. Now the crazy thing is, I typically don't tan. I struggle to tan.
Really?
Yeah.
Your arms are more Draylon color. Yeah.
You're darker than me?
Yes.
Yeah, Draylon is slightly. Like you're our French vanilla. He's our almond.
We've been friends this whole time and you thought that we was the same color?
Yes.
Couldn't
Nah,
have.
couldn't have thought that.
Couldn't have. You the brightest thing on here.
Huh? Shine bright like a diamond.
That's crazy. Well, anyway, guys.
I think we had a guest with yellow teeth. I'm playing.
Oh! So yes, I did wear makeup one time. Being transparent, I'm trying to wear makeup more as a makeup artist. But sometimes I'm just like, do my brows, some lashes, and some gloss, and I'm good. But, yeah, I took some foundation. It was a little darker, mixed it in. Had a nice little soft glam look. Soft glam is in. All that extra read all about it.
That's 2009.
Yeah.
When you wearing all of that, you must got a hell of a setting powder to be beating your face in this weather.
Because it's muggy down there. Like, because it was raining so much, it was so muggy.
So does your face begin to melt?
If you don't set it. If you don't set it
I know
right,
about
it'll
that
begin
setting.
to melt and you look oily and stuff. But the purpose of the setting powder
And
is
yeah,
to,
some of these girls do be looking oily. And I ain't talking about anointed.
Oh wow! But the thing is, some people be doing that on purpose. Like some people like that oily look. I'm not one of them.
Yeah, no, I know exactly what you're talking about. It looks like
You should fry some chicken on your face. It's very oily.
Like you just did a Ricky Dillard set.
oh wow!
What my chance? What
so.
my chance?
Back to me because I was rudely interrupted.
By who? Yo smart mouth.
Anyway, I'm doing great. Shout out to both of you for just putting the time in to make this happen. Like I was thinking, we're on episode 45. Like we are almost at 50 episodes. Like
Yeah.
We should do a celebration.
yeah, every episode's a
Shut!
celebration.
Shut! Oh.
Oh, yeah,
Girl, you just
that's
made my
fine.
liver quiver.
Ooh, not quiver.
Liver quiver.
That's what it sound like.
Oh my.
Anyway, no, I just want to say that I'm thankful for both of you. I appreciate it. The sacrifice. I know I talked to you earlier about it, but no,
I didn't get that conversation.
you weren't here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that's what happens when you're not on time.
First of all, it's not my job, Latrell.
Where's Latrell? On the dance floor.
We're grateful for you too. It doesn't feel like an obligation. Like
That's good.
I, feel
I don't
like
want it
the first season, getting used to
Yes.
Yeah.
everything, and then taking that break and coming back was a little tough.
Yeah.
But now, even though I always look forward to the episodes, especially now that we're all kind of like on this side of town, even though we've always been,
You
but it's
stay in Timbuktu, but yeah.
Yeah,
it's
nigga,
still-
you do
it's
stay
still-
far, bro. Like,
but it's still like I'm used to it now. Like
Yeah.
it took getting used to doing that, and then we don't always record on Sundays. Like
Yeah.
our days have been fluctuating, so it kind of makes it a little more convenient for all of us to fit this in our schedule. So
Yeah, I agree. It doesn't feel like an obligation or anything. Like
That's
this is
good.
part of this is part of
Therapy
life.
almost.
Yeah.
It almost feel like a therapy session. You get to come in and talk to the red dot.
that's what therapy is. Y'all be going talking to red dots. when
Yeah,
y'all go to
yeah.
therapy?
Some days I act like they're not there until I say, "Speak, give me the answer I need."
Have
Not
I ever
like-
told y'all about my first therapy experience?
No.
So, so I this is after my divorce, and Elise was like, "Yeah, I think you should just go to therapy, give therapy a try." So, the job that I had, the insurance didn't cover it, but they had like this employee assistance
Assistant program.
Yeah.
Oh
And so-
boy, I thought you were going to say employee therapist. I'm gonna be like, where is this about to go?
No. So I think it was maybe like 5 sessions were going to be covered per year,
Oh, nice.
which
a year.
exactly like.
Talking about spread them out, ho.
And this was my first time going
I
to
have a
therapy,
problem
but
all
I
at once.
knew that it was going to take more than 5 sessions.
Mm-hmm.
So, but you know what? I'm like, let me give it a try.
Yeah.
Let me get started, and then maybe I'll find a therapist that takes my insurance, whatever.
Yeah.
So I go, and I speak to him on the phone first because I did it online. I scheduled online, so he called me, and he was just telling me, everything to expect and all that other stuff. And when you get in, there's going to be a paper on the desk. Fill it out, and then just put it there, and then we'll call you back. I'm like, okay, easy, simple.
Great.
So I got there. This was like wintertime, so 7:00 is like dark. So it's dark outside. I go in there, nobody's in the building. It's one of those like suites, right?
Yeah.
Nobody's in the building. I'm like, hello, nobody. So I go in the office because the lights are on. So I'm like, I have an appointment like
Right.
today at this time. I go in the office, just like he said on the phone. There's gonna be a paper on the desk. So, all right, I see my name. I fill it out, and then I sit it down, and I'm like, maybe I'm the only one that has a appointment right now. Whatever. I see a car pull up a few minutes later, and then somebody comes in the door. I can hear somebody coming in the door, and then this guy walks in, and he looks forward. He says, "Hello?" And I was like, "Hello?" He was blind.
I thought he told you this. I forgot all about this story.
Wait, it's more to it. So he comes in. I'm like, yes. And he was just like, oh. Then it hit me. I said, that's why those bumps was on that paper. That makes so much sense right now.
Oh my God.
So basically, he's like, all right, cool. Well, I'm just going to go and get in the back, get ready, and then we'll start. So he feels his way to the back and goes in the back, and I'm like, this should be interesting. But at the same time, I was kind of nervous anyway because I'd never been to therapy.
Yeah.
So I'm like, well, he can't see me, so I can, kind of just loosen up and relax.
He won't be able to see your side of the story anyway. He'll hear it.
That's all you need.
He
is
won't
his
see your
ears.
point of view. He won't get your perspective at all.
Kevin.
Bro, I went in
Nothing
there.
against blind people. I had Bell's palsy before.
Yeah, anybody who's blind is watching this, like,
I got shot before.
Anybody that's blind that's watching this, I hope you hear well. Jesus
we
Christ.
don't mean any disrespect.
God, don't let me go blind
But
on
no,
purpose.
so
In
he
the
goes.
name of Jesus, I
He goes in a room. You're stupid. I
I'm serious.
go in a room, and he starts asking me questions. Right? What did you say? Because I didn't even hear it.
I'm sorry, Dre.
What did you say?
I just started praying real fast. Because I don't want to be blind or deaf. That's scary.
Would you rather be blind or deaf?
He said, please don't let me go blind. Jesus, in the name of Jesus. That's all I hear while you trying to tell the story.
Would you rather be blind or deaf?
Neither.
You got to pick
I want to
one.
be the therapist.
The therapist is blind.
Well, I want you to finish the story. So you walk back there and what?
So he started asking me questions, just and then he started taking notes. But the way he takes notes is with some type of machine. So he's like poking holes to kind of like,
In the paper?
yeah, so he can make the braille on the
Oh, different.
very, yeah,
So
that was.
Do you understand? I want to piss on myself. And I want to.
He literally was like, okay, and I'm like, okay.
This nigga was playing Tetris and he could see.
Oh,
I only went to like 2 sessions because I feel like the second session he didn't remember anything from the first session, so he started asking me the same questions. I was like, you didn't
not you
take
blind
notes.
and you got memory loss.
You didn't take good notes, my nigga.
Dory. Dory was your therapist.
I can't.
Why you didn't record it?
He was really trying to seek help.
He saw. Did he answer any unanswered questions?
No, I just felt like I was just telling my story. That was it.
Did you
And-
go to therapy recently? Don't you have?
So Elise and I do see a therapist. She sees a
Nice,
therapist like regularly, and then sometimes I'll kind of have the sessions. I don't see a therapist regularly, but we do like.
Damn, the way you think, I would have thought you had been with therapy.
Slow down.
I'm just so weak off of She's so weak.
That's all I heard.
Wait till you play it back. It was good.
Oh
It was a
Lord.
strong prayer.
Okay.
Ooh, yeah.
So
I
yeah,
thought, just the way you think, I would have thought that you were in therapy every week.
I read a lot, and then I just kind of sit a lot and think to myself, which I think sometimes because before there was a therapist, it was only you and God, right? So I mean, I'm not against therapy. I'm actually completely for it. And I honestly I am thinking about just, regular checkups and
Yeah.
stuff like that, just to make sure I'm good, because I'm realizing that the more I sit with myself, like Elise and I was having a conversation, like lately I've been thinking, and don't take this the wrong way, but I've been thinking about death a lot. More so because I guess I keep hearing stuff about people passing away, right? And so I guess it's just got me in the mindset to think, but I also, the more I would think about it, the more I feel like I got to the root cause of why I was thinking that way, because you're silly. I was telling Elise, like, I felt like for the first time in my life, like, things are very well. Things like I have no complaints. Like, yeah, things aren't perfect, but like I'm good. Like I'm extremely happy with my life. And I was just like, I feel like it's a part of me that doesn't want me to be happy. Or like this part of me that is kind of like looking for the worst thing to happen now that I'm in this state of happiness and joy and thanks and all of that stuff. I feel like there's a part of me that's like looking for the worst case scenario. So that's why I'm thinking about all of this negative stuff. And it's kind of like I've realized that I guess that's kind of, you know how sometimes you psych yourself out.
Yeah.
So
get
I
what you're
feel
saying,
like
bro.
for a long time I would psych myself out. Like if things were going really well, I would think of like, oh, well, what if this happens? Like,
Yeah.
you know, like, oh, things are up now, but like something is around the corner. Like
Yeah.
instead of just keeping the positive mindset. And so I think because I work so hard to, I guess, combat that mindset, that these thoughts have just been kind of popping in my head, if that makes
Yeah.
sense. So not anything like suicidal or anything
Yeah,
like
yeah.
No,
that.
but I get that totally.
But yeah, just thinking like, you know, like everything is well. So now I'm thinking dark thoughts, not all the time,
Yeah.
but just I guess it's just that one side of me that still needs to heal, if that makes sense. So yeah.
Yeah, I've been wanting to get back into therapy. I went immediately into therapy through the process of my divorce.
Yeah, it'll do it.
And I mean, yeah, it will. Okay, but I mean, I appreciate her.
Could she see?
Yeah, she
was
could
sighted.
see. Now, one time she did fall asleep in one of my sessions.
Oh my God.
Bro, that's
Lord, I don't wanna fall
worse.
asleep, God. I don't want to fall asleep in the middle of a session.
That's
Please.
worse.
So here's the thing. So she was not one that took
She was like,
insurance.
Oh, I've heard it all.
Talking about but
That's
she
wild.
didn't take insurance, so like I would just cash app her type thing. And
Since you didn't cash app her, she was like, going to sleep.
she said, "All right, night night." But I would go to her house. This sounds very suspicious.
I'm about to say, this sounds like
But she was a real therapist or whatnot. She just didn't work with the office.
it's like when you go to
had a
somebody's
private
basement
practice.
when
Yeah, very private.
they a dentist, but they got they practice in the basement.
That's crazy. But yeah, one day I was, she was telling me to update her or whatnot because again I was going through the process of my separation and my divorce.
Uh-huh.
Kevin, please.
Faith brace.
And she was just like, And I watched her. I said,
Did you tell her the part of when you got shot? Like, why'd she fall asleep? Like, your story is interesting.
it's very interesting. It's very intriguing,
Yeah.
actually.
She
You're
should have
not
been
smart
glu-
enough. As soon as
glued
I
to
would've
her-
knew she was asleep, I would have went to the front door and I would have slammed it and woke her up.
No,
I would have walked out, turned all the lights off. It wouldn't have made no
man.
difference for my
But she wasn't in
therapist.
like a deep sleep though. It was like she was nodding off.
I still would have just waited till it got quiet and I would have snuck out. I'm childish like that.
Grow up.
Don't go to sleep.
So
on me.
wait, what did you say? Did you say, hey, excuse me?
No, because it was quick. Like she woke herself up and then she readjusted.
Oh, did she acknowledge the fact that she went to sleep?
No,
Of course not.
no, she didn't acknowledge that, and that's how I knew I need a new therapist.
Absolutely.
Yeah, you had to go find you.
Because she missed half of your story. She was just like, and here's the thing. When you fall asleep, you've been fighting the sleep. So that means that she missed some other parts of your story too.
And that's the thing. So, I mean, I needed her for the time in the season I was in because I was just able to finally get it out. I went so long without telling anybody what I was going through that it felt good to finally just talk and say
Yeah,
it out
I
loud and
feel
for
that.
someone to listen. But as time went and I began to heal and things, I was just like, okay, I'm tired of talking. Like, I need you to tell me something. Like,
Yeah.
not necessarily diagnose me, but
Yeah,
you know,
give me something that I
give me-
can take with.
yeah, give me some homework or something to work on or something to pay attention to. Like it would just be like you just listen to me talk or whatnot. So I was like, okay,
That's
well,
crazy.
eventually I just stopped going to her. God bless you though. And then my second therapist,
The sleepy therapist.
yeah, the sleepy
The
therapist.
blind therapist, the sleepy therapist. And,
And
what
then-
therapist you have?
yeah.
The apostle parent.
The apostle parent?
The apostle therapist.
Okay.
Well, at least yours was,
Apostolistic.
yeah.
Oh, what?
I lucked up. Like I didn't have those issues. Like my therapist, we got in and went straight to work. I think that's probably why I was so irritated with the last relationship because everything just made so much sense talking to him. I don't know. Like hearing y'all stories, it do kind of make me like, dang. Like not dang, like y'all, not like y'all lives ain't good, but I like talking to my partner about therapy. I had to make sure I word that right.
You worded it so far so good.
Talking to my partner about therapy, they have similar experiences where the therapist did not reach back out to line up the appointment.
Right.
And it's like, for me, I haven't had that. Like, mine was
Not your
recommended-
story wasn't good enough. He was just like,
Talking about,
yeah, nah,
No,
this
but
ain't spicy enough
It
for
was
me.
crazy. It was crazy. They had to fill out paperwork. They had to do all of this stuff. But like hearing y'all stories is like, I don't know where I would have been if my therapist would have did nothing like that. Like, I was really lucky. And when I say we instantly got to work, there was an instant change over 2 weeks. Like, my whole mindset had shifted because I was like, finally somebody that gets where I am, but they're also a Christian. So they're opening up my eyes to see, okay, well, what if you're looking at this wrong?
Yeah.
Or are you just doing this because of the church? Or are you doing this because this makes you happy? And that's when I was like, the real deliverance was in the therapist's office. Because y'all wasn't teaching that at church.
Yeah, I think deliverance comes with just conversation. Like,
Oh, that's what inner healing and deliverance did.
Yeah,
Because he
it's-
took me. My therapist invited me to his inner healing and deliverance at his church. And before we got to the point of them praying for us, we had to identify 6 different things that we went through. And it was like this whole process of us like mentally going back to that place, describing what we saw, what we felt. And they were like, well, can you imagine God being there with you? And he was like, at one point I was like, yeah, I do see it. I think every time I seen him. And he was like, what is he doing? What is God doing in the room? And I remember specifically one time, it was like I was standing in the back of the classroom and I seen myself in the class full, and God just like had his hand on my back. And that was my first time knowing like, okay, yeah, I've been through a lot of stuff, but you've always been there. I just didn't see it from the other perspective. So once I acknowledged it,
yeah,
then they asked me, did I forgive myself for what happened? Did I forgive the students in the class that laughed at me? And did I forgive God for not saying nothing?
because when you change that perspective, a lot of times I've realized that when we're in crisis, we can't see the full picture. You honestly, most of the time, you're just paying attention to the pain.
Yeah.
You're just focused on that. You're focused on the thing that hurt you or the person that hurt you or the situation that you can't see the full picture. So I think with that, a lot of times we do have to kind of go back to those moments, because those moments are what causes us to then have these kind of like personality traits. And, you know, because we harp on these moments, we think about these moments, we reminisce, we go back to these moments that hurt us, that are real painful, and then it becomes a part of
Our
us.
identity.
Our identity, right? So it's just like, if you don't actually do the work and step back and be like, okay, this happened because of this, and I actually, you know, even when it comes to somebody hurting you, you understand that the reason why they are hurting people because they're hurt. You know, they're dealing with stuff. And so when you're able to step back and look at it like that, it changes the perspective. But most people never get to that point.
Yeah.
And that's y'all are funny.
We're friends.
That's the unfortunate thing about that. So I encourage people to go to therapy. Even if I'm not the person that goes every week. Some people go every week because they need to go every
Ooh, I
week.
needed
That's
to.
what I was doing every week.
And
baby.
yeah, I didn't do every week. I
I
think,
was like, girl.
Baby girl.
but I've realized that some people then will use it as a I don't want to say a crutch.
Yeah.
But
no, but it can be. Though,
It
Dre.
can be like,
can.
I think anything that's a tool anybody can abuse, right?
Yeah.
And so I think some people will go to therapy and they'll just listen to somebody talk and talk and talk and, oh, you need to do this, and they never really do the work. I think a lot of times once you get to a certain point, you can check yourself, put yourself in line and be like, all right, no, you know, you need to think like this, or whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Like, what are you taking from therapy?
Right.
And I'm realizing that some people aren't taking anything from it, but the fact that they're going, and so that's their thing now. You know, oh yeah, I go to
Yeah.
therapy. Oh, I got my therapist.
And you still raggedy, still ain't worth a damn. It just makes me sick.
We do this
It
a
does.
lot.
Raggedy.
It does. Raggedy Ann, Raggedy Billy.
Hang on, and
Because at some point, that's your who?
my middle name.
Your middle name is Ann?
Yeah.
Raggedy Ann.
Why didn't I know that? Did you know that?
No.
Is that on any of your social
Christian
medias?
Ann.
No.
You know, how
Girl, your
girls will do
initials
the
is
first
Cab.
and middle name. Your initials is Cab.
Yes. And my third grade teacher, because of how I was in the morning, used to call me Krabby Cabby. Shout out to you, Mr. Zabawa.
Is she dead?
Mr. Zabawa.
Is he African?
No, he's actually a white man.
Oh, he had African descendants. So back to what I was saying. No, but you got a valid point, Dre, because I know at first I was like, okay, I feel like I've gotten enough therapy in this season where now I think differently. I do understand, like, because after that, maybe 5 months I didn't go to therapy and I had went back for a,
Check-in.
yes. And I didn't have to go every week. I think I went for like a month and I was only doing twice a month. So I did the check-in. But I do be looking at people like, y'all go to therapy every week and y'all still be jacked up. Like, what is the
Niggas don't like to
therapist
take
doing?
accountability, bro.
Yeah.
Because I be wondering if people be lying. And I think for me going and
Oh, they
being
be lying.
100% truthful.
Listen,
They be
because old
lying.
boy was lying, and my therapist is the one that ended up catching. Like, you know what? Let me meet him.
Nah, he was
And
lying.
yes.
Oh, and I
Went-
feel like you told me this.
Yeah, probably went to either 1 or 2 sessions.
Uh.
But again, the therapist is holding you accountable. If you have a good therapist, they're going to
Yeah.
tell you about yourself. They're going to hold you accountable.
Yeah.
Tell you that you're what you are or whatnot, and you didn't like it. But
My therapist told
conversations
my
that
life.
we were having, I'd be like, your therapist told you that? Yeah. He said, sometimes women do this. And I'm like,
That's crazy.
it was almost like the whole blaming me type
Yeah,
thing.
absolutely.
Like,
Like-
sometimes women they provoke you, and all these different
He
things.
was what was that dude that just recently passed that was on social media, always wearing a suit? They're always talking down at women, the black guy. What was
He
his name?
died. That is so.
Who is it?
I almost said that.
What's
is so
his name?
Good. He was an a-hole. Like the way that he would degrade.
Are you talking about
women.
Kevin Samuels?
Yes.
Yes, I used to hate.
He loved Kevin
How did
I
Samuels.
bet he
He would
did.
be like Kevin Samuels said, and this
How
is.
did he die?
I don't
I
know.
think he had like a heart attack or something.
My God.
It's Kevin.
And I feel like he wasn't living the life that he was talking about, or
He
something
was
like
so,
that.
Yeah,
Dre,
like-
I used to think he was so mean to
Yeah.
women. I'm like, why are you talking like
But it's
you
a
got
lot
it
of
all
guys that
together?
like subscribe to niggas like that. Like, and I think it all stems to people's relationship with either the opposite sex or whatever the case is.
Somebody touched him.
Work
That
on your
that be the
relationship with your
thing.
mama.
Yeah, like, and so now you taking it out on women, and now your view of women is, kind of like, I've realized that a lot of people in society today, like women, not all women, but a lot of women's view of man is someone who can take care of them, and for men, their view for women is a servant.
Oh, I hate that.
And so there are people that agree, like, okay, I'll be your servant if you take care of me.
Yeah.
You see what I'm saying? And so then you have people who kind of just put that out there, but that ain't everybody's
Cup of
situation.
tea. I
It's
don't
not,
know.
and especially as time progresses, like women ain't, no, I'm not your servant, and for men, no, I'm not your ATM. Like that's not what this is. But
Get a job.
Mighty God.
And even if you don't get one, you're not going to use all my money. I want you
I
to have your
couldn't-
own money. I don't want.
I couldn't do that personally. I know some women are okay with it, but like me, I've never been okay with having to ask for example, money. Like, hey, can you give me this money? Can you give me $20? Can you do like that? Is like pulling teeth with me. I don't want to ask you. And so for me to not be working at all and not bringing in my own money, and I have
That's
to
too
ask
much
you every time I
control.
need,
Yeah.
too much control. And those are the type of women that, not all, but those are commonly the type of women that are in these abusive situations or whatnot, financially abusive situations. Like, I
Yeah.
know you can't leave me, because if you leave me, where you gonna go? You don't got no money. You don't got no car.
And we see that so much, and so a lot of men take advantage of that. They prey on the girls and the women that they know ain't got no family, or don't really have it going on for themselves, or can't take care of themselves. Oh, let me take care of you. So now you think you safe.
That's crazy.
But
Really, no.
then they pull the rug up under your feet, and you realize, oh,
But that's because y'all stupid and y'all buying them Birkins and not putting a little nest up. Every time that man give you some money, put some money to the side for yourself.
hey,
And you shouldn't want to be up under a nigga that much when he paying all of the money. If that man ever gets sick or die, are you on the insurance?
but you got to
Are you
think
on
people
the
that
policy?
grow up in families like in poverty where money was everything. They don't know anything, and they don't know any different. So it's like, no, like, oh, he make a lot of money. This is the type
I'm
of guy that
set.
I want, because when I grew up, my dad either wasn't there, or he didn't have the money, or my mama didn't have the money, or we was always broke. So then they have this bad relationship with money. So
Well, my daddy had the money, and I want a nigga that got money too.
that's true too. It
But
could
you
be a
right.
number of things.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
you're absolutely right though, bro.
I
No,
know.
thank you. I mean, I want you to have money too, so I can ask sometimes. But
Yeah,
I
but
might have
wanna
my
be-
own.
It's got to be a good partnership where we can.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And I don't want to
'cause-
live beyond my means. Like God
Right.
forbid anything happens between the both of us. One of us can we survive off your income and still live comfortable?
Man.
I'm not about to ask for no 4-5 bedroom house when I know I don't need that much. Let's just go ahead
It's
and
two of
get,
y'all.
right. Get a beautiful 3-bedroom apartment. I know I want an apartment. After reading The Psychology of Money, I do not desire a house. I don't want to cut grass. I don't want to shovel snow.
And that's good. You know what you want to do and what you don't want
But
to
I
do.
used to feel like that
That's
was the
how I
goal.
am.
Like, oh, we gotta have ownership. We want to own a house. That's not for me. I don't want to leave my kids 40 acres and a mule. I don't want to leave them no land. Here is a strong legacy of integrity and good character and a good check for you to start a business or something.
Mm-hmm.
But me leaving you a house, build your own, babes, because daddy don't want one. I may own a couple studios or something, but it's just
owning
love
I think owning in
apartments.
general is very healthy because I think that is something that you can pass down
My
as some
masters.
type of property. Okay.
my books,
Yeah, because for some people they land ain't worth shit.
my
so
nudes.
I get you.
I'm playing.
Are you crazy?
What's wrong with Dallas? Is that her teeth? She giving her mama a hard time.
Yeah.
She just got off
Or
work.
it's almost time for her to go to bed, so that's probably why.
Okay. Yeah, but I don't, you know, I don't know, y'all. I look at stuff differently. Like even with down to my car, like I really wish I could just get my car back and not have a car note and just get a hoopty. Like I just don't, not like a broke down hoopty, but just something I can pay cash for,
Yeah.
so that I can take my money and invest it in other things. Like I wish that would have been a lesson that was taught to me. Like, okay, I know you want a nice car, you want to upgrade because you think it's cool and paying a car note, but I wish somebody would have taught me to save money to buy a car off the lot and keep it up.
Yeah.
Because I'd rather do that than every month. I mean, let me just pay the $4,000 or $5,000 for a nice car versus me having to pay $400 and something dollars every month. That $400 and
For
something
5
dollars,
years, 7
girl,
years.
I could have launched several businesses, could have got a little further with music and stuff. So to me, I don't mind scaling back. Like I think for my 33rd birthday, that's one of the things that I've really been like thinking about the last couple of days. Is what is going to be like my mantra, like what's going to be put in place when I turn 33 that I'm going to carry. And I know for sure discipline and financial literacy at a whole different level. I have financial literacy now, but it's like, okay, you're about to be 35. What does 35 on up look like? I'm proud of that. I got a couple
She
gray
did that shit
hairs.
to me the other day.
But you 29, right?
7.
Oh yeah, when you turn 30, you'll understand. You're really not going to give a damn when you turn 30. I'm going to be
Yeah.
actually scared.
'Cause
you don't care
I
now.
mean, because I feel like that's what we talked about the other day. Like once you hit 30, like that's when that real adult, like that's when you really
Yeah.
feel it. Like once you hit 30, 31, 32, somewhere around there, like
Oh yeah, when we said when did we know we were like grown?
grown, yes,
30.
for sure.
But 30 still feel like your 20s. I feel like 20s and teens like ran together. 30s is like now you're a real adult. Like now you understand.
yeah,
Like your 20s, you were still
Overstand
trying to,
shit.
yeah, you were trying to understand like, well, why they do this or why can't I do this or why does this look dumb? No, it's because you're still learning. Y'all don't write the right books out there. Y'all should write a book on 20s.
or you should.
I probably should. The dumb stuff we did in our 20s. Between
20s for them.
All right,
Between
let's
tearing up
so
credit-
what did you do dumb in your 20s?
tear up my credit.
Yeah, me too.
I should have worked. I really should have started doing music while I was in college because I would have been further along as well. I took a huge gap. That was a long 3 years of me not recording any of my own music, any of it. I did not start until I got out. I would have continued music. I would have stayed on social media, a little more active on that. I would have went to school for music. I only got my degree because my mama wanted me to get it.
yeah.
Dumbest decision I ever made. I don't use it at all.
And yeah, me and my mom had like a conversation when like I had pulled out of college and wasn't trying to go back, and she kept trying to get me to go, and I was just like, for what? Like, you know,
Yeah.
like it's just for me to apply for more loans, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I think that if we had the right conversations when we were younger, and unfortunately, especially with the Black community, a lot of us don't really have those examples to kind of tell us like, okay, hey, with your money, what you need to do is you need to save 30% of this, 20% of this. You need to put it up, or you need to put it in high yield savings, or you need to, start investing in a Roth IRA or something like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot of conversations that we don't have early on. So in the 20s, yeah, like most people though, we messing up and we making bad decisions. So I'm thankful for like Dallas. Like I'm able to really like give her the real conversations. Like, nah, you ain't got to do this American dream shit, because it's really not a dream; it's a nightmare.
Right.
What all of the dream really does is support the system. But if you actually like know what you want to do, then we can kind of plan this thing out to where it's advantageous for you in the future, if that makes sense.
That's a good word. Can you say it again?
Advantageous.
Wow. I felt like a bump on my foot.
That's nasty.
I got a little advantageous. I got a little avy.
That's when you take them socks off.
Yeah. You're just being a dick.
Dre, is there something? What did you ask Kevin?
What did you learn in your 20s?
Yeah, that's good. Thank you.
Gotcha, boo.
Yeah.
That don't get married in your 20s.
Man,
I forgot y'all got married in your
Fuck
20s.
that.
Me
Let's
too, and then I
don't get
remember.
married in your 20s. And even if you with somebody that's solid, give yourself some time. Just because I've realized that marriage, like you have to change yourself
Yeah.
to be with somebody, and that's not necessarily a bad thing. But if you want to truly experience life, hold on getting married and
Yeah.
just experience life, and then you figure out all the things you like and what you don't like. So when you get with somebody, hey, I didn't travel to Japan, I done went to
Okay.
Europe, I done went to Africa, I done went to
Yeah.
East Asia, I done did all of this stuff. Guess what? If you're not with this type of stuff that I'm with, if you're not with the bungee jumping or out of planes and all of that stuff, then you ain't the person for me. You see what I'm saying? Don't get married in your 20s. And Christian, I'm sure you can attest. And I mean, hey, if you get married in your 20s, cool. But I'm just saying, because you know that you mature once you hit 30, like you hit another level of like maturity, maybe wait and,
Yeah.
and just see like the type of adult you're gonna be.
Yeah.
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 That's so good, right?
Because the most important thing is figuring out you first. Because in your 20s, honestly, especially early 20s, I can't say when you get to like the later 20s, maybe you're starting to figure it out a little bit more. But
You're dumb in your early 20s.
yeah, and when we say experience, that don't necessarily mean, I feel like every time you say, oh, just go out and experience, everybody think that means go out and have sex with everybody. Like that's
That
not,
too. Just
I
be
mean,
out here.
not
Just be out here.
everybody-
Just slang it. I'm just talking shit. Don't do that.
I said,
I move my headphone because I'm like,
Don't
nah,
do that.
Probably they should have taught
but
us
still
that in our
experience
teens.
life, like you said, like traveling,
Yeah.
living on your own. I say wholeheartedly, live on your own
For sure.
one time, not with no roommates, not with a partner, not with a spouse. Experience living by yourself.
And make decisions for you, because so many people
Yeah.
leave home and then they end up with somebody. So it's kind of like you never had that time to be by
and
yourself.
that's exactly what I did.
Yeah.
Exactly what I did. I left
Yeah.
home. I moved with a roommate, but literally a month or two later was with my ex.
He's about to say a name.
Yeah.
Mighty God. But no, I understand that for sure. I feel like I was kind of the same way. Like, it's like I married young. I got in a relationship young.
Yeah.
How were you married though? At 23?
I got married the first time in 2017, so I was 24.
Okay, I was close. I don't know how old I
Yeah.
was.
How old was I in 2021?
You was born in what year?
97?
24? Same year?
Was I
Same year.
24? Do the math, y'all.
I think.
You were young. You were very young.
Wait,
It's her doing the math, bro. You were born in 97?
Yes.
So if 2007 you were 10, 2017 you were 20. And what year did you get married?
21.
So add 4 years to that.
So I was 24. Oh.
Yeah,
Whew.
same age as me.
Baby, math has never been my strong suit. I am
Obviously.
not ashamed to say it.
It's somebody watching
hate
this
math.
of just like 24.
Go to hell. That's why we have a podcast and you don't.
Ooh. But no, yeah, I would definitely tell people to wait. And if you really, really want to, I saw this clip today. The guy was asking a question. He was like, "It's cool to ask people why they want to get married. Like, not ask them why in kind of like a derogatory sense,
Yeah.
but." Why? Like, what's the why do you want to get married?
Yeah.
And a lot of times it's because of pressure. It's because of religious reasons. It's because people tell you, society, oh, you a woman, you need to be married by this time. Oh, you a man, you need to be settled down.
You already live together. You might as well get married.
A lot of people say it's legal reasons. You can get a will if you're gonna be with somebody long term or a power of attorney, and they can be in control of stuff. And once y'all break up, then they no longer on it. But once you get married, like that's a whole nother thing. And I'm not trying to discourage anybody from getting married, but too many people, because we've seen a lot of divorces. A lot of people are getting married because of outside reasons, and it's not truly what they want to do.
Right.
And unfortunately, you're going to find yourself divorced. Like, it's a reason why the divorce rate is so high.
Yeah.
So many people are getting into it for the wrong reasons. It's because of what your parents or your family or they family or other friends are getting married. And now you feel like you got to be married.
I was about to say, it's kind of like a trendy thing to be
Yeah.
married young. You see all the pictures of the proposals.
Did you see the
and
boy propose to his girlfriend at the prom send-off?
Yes.
Yeah, I saw that.
I would have told my son, hell no.
Get up.
Off this good ground and this good suit. Get up.
I mean, I just,
I would have snatched my daughter lace front off. You're not going to prom. You better hope you make it to the graduation.
You're not going to prom engaged.
Hell no. Now you in the picture doing like this. You're 18.
And I promise you, in 6 months, you're not going to like this nigga.
You're not. Y'all about to both get a whiff of the summertime and being grown, and it's over.
You about to go to college. I'm telling you.
That's if they going.
And meet some people that ain't from your hometown. It's
Baby,
over.
I'm going.
And you have free will at college. Like
Mighty
you can
God.
do what you want. I'm telling you, I didn't go off to college, but I wonder what life would have been like if I went off to college.
Yeah.
Ooh,
Yeah, I
this
wonder.
beat is automatic. Full supersonic. Hypnotic. I'm gonna get rich.
I was like,
I'm
were
like,
you
where
looking
we
for
going?
the
Body,
words?
because I threw my chairs.
Mighty God. Yeah, no, for sure, y'all. If you wondering, just wait. Just give it some time. If you still want to get married when you're 30, cool. But then again, it's just that pressure. Sometimes it's your spouse, your partner that's pressuring you. Because especially with guys, like guys be like, they be getting pressured by women to when you gonna propose, and my
When
friend
you
is
can
a-
wash a toilet, when you can wash the rings around the toilet, when you can cook a solid meal.
I feel like though that is
A trend of not cooking? Got it. Thank you.
no.
no.
Go to hell. I can't even. No. Tell us what the trend
Because
is.
okay, if I'm with the same person, I don't know. This could be another episode. I don't know. But if I'm with the same person for 7, 8, 9, 10 years, say for example, okay, we're high school sweethearts, and that person, that boy that proposed to me, I'm still with him. But we decided to wait. At what point is too long? Like, is there a point that's too long?
Yeah.
Because now I'm doing everything. Like, you want me to cook, you want me to clean,
Right.
you want me to do all this stuff, you want me to do the wifely things to prove.
So I there's definitely I think a cutoff time, but that's also depending on what do you want. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like you may do you want to be a wife? Do you want to be married? This other person, y'all have to be on the same accord, and a lot of people don't have the conversation. So it's just like, hey, like we've been dating for some time. I do eventually want to get married. What's your
Yeah.
thoughts on that? Like, do you want to get married? What happened?
She's childish. Because when you was talking, I was like, right. And she was like, no, but you right. Shout out to my Uncle Gerald and my Aunt Sylvia. They've been together for years, but they're not married. But they are the perfect example of that. Like,
Yeah.
they do what works for them. They have a beautiful home. Like, they take care of each other. Like, I've only known my Aunt Sylvia all my life. I've never asked my uncle why they never got married. But to me, it's one of those things like, what's understood don't got to be
Doesn't have
explained
to be
nobody.
explained. Like nobody has to know. And then again, it's about that communication.
Yeah.
So too many people have been together for
that
so
too.
long, and then you have one person that's upset because they haven't been asked to be married. I mean, they haven't been proposed to, but y'all not having
Chrissy
no
and Joe.
conversation.
Is that their names? Chrissy and Joe?
You know what?
Love and Hip
But
Hop.
she's always wanted to be married, so that's really crazy
Yeah.
to me. That no, Jim Jones.
Jim.
It's crazy
Joe,
that they're
Jim.
still together after all of these years. That does not make any sense to me.
But that just shows a lot to me. I can tell a lot about a person's self-esteem.
Yeah, because she got to the point she proposed to him.
Baby, I remember that.
You see what I'm saying? So now the roles is being reversed just because you want to be married so bad. If he haven't decided, if he's going to be the man who's going to lead you, if he hasn't made a decision that y'all are going to be married, then maybe you need to move on.
Yeah, if you have that desire, and you
Right,
feel
and
like you're
and
ready for that.
we keep wanting to wait. Like, okay, well, maybe a few more Christmases. I get him something nice.
A
Maybe
few more
I'll do X, Y, and Z to get him to want to do
Yeah.
this. And it's just like, if that's not a man has to be like, and I'm just speaking as a man because I'm a man.
What?
Sorry. You're stupid.
Speaking as
But
a man because I'm a man.
going into a situation like a man, like men know if they want to be married or not.
Yeah.
So if he ain't said nothing about that, or if he ain't trying to, or had a conversation, you wasting your time.
Yeah.
Well, desires can change. I mean, I used to.
How
wanna
long
be
you gonna
married.
wait on that?
I don't know, but I think everything goes back to your point of saying like communication.
Yeah.
If some people, it may take them 10 years, but if it takes 10 years and we're on the same accord as far as
Then that's fine.
right, but like leading somebody on, at some point, I'm going to look at the other person that desires marriage and that level of companionship. I'm going to look at you like, well, why are you settling?
Right.
If you know that this person doesn't want that, and this is something that me and my partner talked about on our trip to LA. I said my biggest fear in our relationship is idolizing you. I don't never want to feel like life won't be complete without you.
And people confuse that like loving somebody with idolizing them. And
No.
it's just like
I did it with-
you will lose yourself in
I
that.
did. I did it with
Yeah.
my ex, and I just kept saying, like, I remember telling myself, nobody's gonna love me like her. Nobody's gonna love me like her. Just thinking in my first relationship, like, nobody's gonna love me like her. Nobody's gonna want to be with me but her. But I did not like that feeling, because it was like, well, you said that and you turned around and found somebody who supports you just as much as she did, who's there for you, who cares for you, all of that stuff. So it was like, how dare you cancel out the opportunity to experience something else because you think that this was the only person that'll do it.
And that's what I was talking about earlier, as far as like thinking, okay, what could go wrong? Like thinking like about what could go wrong versus thinking about what could go right.
Yeah.
And so I definitely get that. Having it boils down to, I guess, the self-worth thing.
It
Yeah, for
absolutely
sure
does.
Because if you don't think that nobody will ever love you, then you'll just experience that. You experience what you
out there, what you
and what you
manifest.
believe for yourself. Like if you don't believe that you're good enough for something, or then that's what you're gonna get, because you don't believe that. Like nobody is gonna show up in your life that's like on up here if you not meeting them. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Like, because then they see that you don't have confidence and that you don't
Yeah.
have no self-worth, and why would they waste their time?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And that's why for me, I'm just to the point, I'm not one of those people that's like, oh, I'll never get married again. I wholeheartedly believe I will get married again. I will experience the joys of marriage.
I'm gonna be drunk at your wedding reception. I just
I'm
want you
going
to
to be send your mama home.
Oh, she's going to have to go.
I mean,
Yeah.
send her home.
If
I
you
think-
don't want to see cheeks, it's like, anyway,
In chest, because
cheeks and titties. Yeah. But
Dum,
what was I talking about?
You will get married again.
Oh yeah, but for me, it's just like I don't, in a way, idolize it the way I did before
Yeah.
I got married the first time. Like when
Because
I
you
got
realize
married,
all that glitter ain't gold.
Okay.
Yeah.
And when I got married the first time, I was just like, I want to be married by this age. I was just talking to my mom a couple days ago. Like, I had these expectations of my life, and now I've gotten to the point. I still have expectations of my life, but I have realistic expectations. At that time, it was unrealistic expectations, and it was like, oh, I'm gonna be married, but that's because I had young parents or whatnot, and they got married young things. So I was like, oh, I'm gonna be married by 25, and I'm gonna have this many kids, and all of this stuff before 30. I don't need to do that. I'm not in a rush. What's the rush? I got all my life. So
Sarah had kids at 80.
I don't want that. Let's just be clear.
He'll give you
Lord.
strength to the week.
No, thank you. But what I will
I
say
still want
is,
coochie when I'm in my 80s.
I'm sure.
these old men,
80-year-old
freaks.
coochie.
No. You probably no.
You see what I'm saying? Like,
I don't know.
Interesting. But it's just gonna
but
take
is
a
she gonna
special
want
type of man.
80-year-old me? Because I might be like,
Well, the
come
thing
on.
is, some 80-year-olds and some older people still be getting.
They be in the
it.
nursing
do.
homes getting
And
down.
the thing is, y'all take care of yourself. It's one thing if we were just like living reckless. Asia had said something to me like maybe 3 months ago. She said, "Prepare for the body you're gonna need later."
Yeah. Take care of your old man.
I don't want to be like tore down and stuff. I still want to be functional
Yeah, absolutely.
in all things.
Rock hard.
Wow.
Okay. Solid as always.
I don't know. That's all.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you so much.
I'm about to say,
for
do we have
tuning
any
in.
last minute? Any last?
Yes.
Eat.
What you supposed to eat?
I don't know where you.
Don't die early because you couldn't let go of Coca-Cola and McDonald's, y'all. It's too many people having unexpected heart attacks. I don't think they were ever expecting
that.
it. but-
We need to have a episode about that, but that is true. Just so much is associated with our diet. That's like,
Yeah.
and then people be dealing with stuff, and they're just like, "Oh my God, like God, I can't believe why me." And God is like, "Cause you eat McDonald's 6 days a week."
processed food, and I've seen people make homemade chicken nuggets with
Yeah.
real chicken breasts. I want to try it so bad. Like they literally like grind it up, make the patties. Thank y'all for tuning in. I'm leaving.
Sorry, that's
Yeah, we're gonna wrap this episode on up. Make sure that you subscribe. Make sure that you book Bentley Beauty. Make sure that you listen to Be Alright,
Be all right.
and make sure. That,
Be all right.
actually, don't listen to that song. don't remove it from your Apple playlist.
Don't
All right.
you do it. Okay,
Goodbye.
Bye.